But there's things that happen when women get together and we have a ladies' night out. We get a little wild and we get a little crazy and things start to happen. And that's what I'm talking about here tonight. When women get together and the power that comes from that. I want to celebrate the organizations that sponsored this evening. And I'm going to celebrate a little bit of my journey. And then I'm going to celebrate how our journey is going to go forward from here tonight. But I want But I might be a little bit more grateful than some for my community and the power of women due to my particular time of need. It was about 6 years ago, and my children were at the time 7 and 5 and 3. And I was doing the hustle and bustle and the chaos of every September and doing that 12 months a year and the endless ongoing to-dos. And there in the shower, probably my second shower of the week, I don't remember. There in the shower, I found the lump. The lump, as was mentioned, that 1 in 8 of us in the United States will discover, or we will be diagnosed with, or we may find too late. My particular tumor was a stage 3, size of a Reese's peanut butter cup, nestled up against my chest wall where no mammogram was about to find it. But the thing was, is I was healthy. I was 36. And I certainly didn't have any in my family tree. So I did what probably a lot of us would do at that moment. And I turned to the internet to try to search and understand what was going on. And the American Cancer Society enlightened me. And they shared that up to 80% of all cancers here in the United States are not hereditary. That blew my mind. Everything what I had thought, what I had connected with cancer is the, oh, psh, never me, are not hereditary. That means that, okay, tobacco, we get that. But tobacco combined with obesity and the air we breathe and the water we drink and the food that we grow, or the soil that we grow our food in, accounts up to 80% of all cancers. Now, if you told me that any of my children had a risk of being diagnosed with a cancer, and that risk was going to be, say, 1 in 100, then I would do everything that I could within my own influence to minimize their exposure to anything like that. But their risk is not 1 in 100. For sisters and aunties and grandmas and BFFs in the United States, the risk of being diagnosed for any cancer is 1 in 3. For juniors and papas and uncles and daddies and brothers, the risk in the United States to be diagnosed with any cancer is 1 in 2. Now, as a newly appointed statistic myself, my particular cancer required chemotherapy, not on that to-do list. Chemotherapy is designed and created to pummel our bodies, to take it down, to go in and eradicate those rogue cancer cells. It's a good thing, our chemotherapy. But it'll also take out the lining of your stomach, red blood cells, white blood cells, hair cells. So as it does that, its intention is to take the patient to their lowest functioning levels. and then they start to rebuild and heal, and that body grows until the patient is strong enough to take it again. And it was here, in this yin and yang of modern medicine, that I got to witness. I had this gift to be able to witness my body rebuilding. And I realized that my body, our bodies, all of our bodies, have an obsession to survive. That's its only focus. And that's what it does for us, to give us the gift of the best life possible. So why would I ever compromise that knowingly again? I decided that this time I wanted a healthier body. And I wanted my children to have a healthier body as well. And my husband, he wanted a healthier body, he just didn't know it yet. And I started to learn and research and connect to scientists across the country and organizations like the MBCC and Silent Spring and others here in Massachusetts and nationally known. And they started to put their arms around me and see me as how I could help. And they started to teach me as well. And I learned that we have junk food, and we have junk cosmetics, and we have junk cleaning products. And I learned that here in the United States, it is perfectly allowable to put anything into these products, including known skin allergens, lung irritants, things connected with asthma, allergies, neurotoxins, and even known carcinogens in everyday products that you and I bring into our home trustingly. I also learned that I had options, that I could choose wiser, and I had choices that I could start to make, from apples to mascara to gardening needs, from meatballs to back to school supplies. I had choices. And I learned that we live in enlightening times, our generation. It's our world that is understanding and accepting all of this information about what happens in the environment can interact and affect with our beautiful bodies. Our children touch on this in classes in high school. There's college professors here in this room that teach it to college students. I felt out of the loop. I was angry, I was mad, I was sad, I was what? I'm not ignorant. We are not ignorant. We are not uncaring. Matter of fact, it's just the opposite. We are busy, loving women who are out there rocking the world and taking care of everyone. And I feel that there is a gap in the information coming down. And I elected myself the official representative of the everyday me, and decided to go out and talk to people and engage, because I would have wanted to have known this as soon as I could. But I kind of had some requirements. First, it had to be fun. You know, environmental toxins, fun, cancer, humorous, yeah. Took myself away. So when you go home and your spouse says, say to you, what's Kristi up to now? You can say, well, I kind of can't explain it, but it really feels right, and I got some chocolate body scrub. And it's okay to put a sticky note on your bathroom mirror. So sometime in the month of October and every month thereafter, you take the time to check yourself in the shower too. In 15 years, we can celebrate the progress that this community is making. But in 5 years, I know that we will have a huge impact on our community through little changes. And I know the influence that you can have in your homes in just 1 year. And I will keep doing what I do. I will testify, I will write, I will speak, and I will commit my heart to doing what I do to protect your family and your children and our health, one little change at a time.